Alright, this is Calibos, and we're playing Enigmatica 2. So this is the Snow Queen. You must hit her from above. That's pretty much the magical trick to killing her. Ta-da! We have defeated the Snow Queen. So she gave us the Snow Queen shader, a bunch of snowballs, some packed ice. The Aurora blocks are these. Now, they look very pretty, but they kind of have some FPS issues, so I try not to take them with me anywhere. We have now the Tribo, which I'm just going to chuck into the thing. We have the magic map, Snow Queen trophy, Twilight shader bag, which gives us Twilight, which is super useful. Now, the Queen is not the last. Oh my gosh, I'm really annoyed with that. The Queen is not the final boss in the pack, or in the mod. That honor. Let's see if it's on the map. So we are looking for, I think we just need to go north. Yeah, let's head north and see what happens. So we're kind of looking for a bunch of thorns. Yeti, yeti, yeti. So typically getting through the thorns is kind of a pain. Wait, should the Queen have given us a thing? Let's check. I don't see any. Yeah, I don't see anything in here that we care about. Have to do a little bit of exploring, I think. We're looking for basically cliffs with thorns around them. That is the next section, as I recall. And I've always typically found them near the Ice Palace, but they don't have to be there. Oh, I think we are getting ahead of the spawn. Or the loading, really. This is starting to look pretty familiar. There we go. So one of the things that is a total pain is getting through this stuff. Now, let me show you why. So let me land so that this works. So even with the wyvern stuff, and I think that we can... Nope. is. So if you break one of those, it just grows back. And now we will fight me, except it'll be giant me. So, just as a, let's see if we can move out. That is the biggest darn pickaxe ever. And, yeah. So, giant cobblestones need giant pickaxes. And then there's also, like, giant logs and giant trees. I can't remember. Yeah. Sadly, these are not actually things that you can plant. That would be glorious, but you cannot. And there's all these tiny birds. So looking at our achievements here, find the lamp of cinders in the troll caves, and you can burn away the thorn barriers. So now we have to look for troll caves. Now the troll caves are actually in this area. I don't remember exactly where. Troll caves. So we're looking for the lamp of cinders. It's a super pain, and we need pizza. Mr. Meat. This looks pretty familiar. So we're pretty much just looking for a giant thing. We have trolls. They're everywhere. That's obsidian. I don't remember exactly what the secret is to finding the lamp. I'm fairly solid. I remember that it was in a... let's do this. Basalt. Basalt. I seem to recall that we're looking for a giant obsidian cube. And not that skeleton who is devotedly following us. Well, I guess we have some cobble now. So somewhere in these caves there's an obsidian cube. Alright, so that's bedrock. So it's above bedrock, probably. Technically, we do not need to do this, as I can simply fly over it. But I want to show you this because you may not be able to fly when you're doing it in the future. Here it is. Now, one of the reasons that we wandered up there is this is giant obsidian. You cannot break it with a regular pickaxe. You have to have the giant pickaxe up there. And I think that you can actually like plant a magic bean or something. So oak trap chest, cobblestone. And I am just going to break these just in case. There we go. So all we have to do now is make our escape to the surface, which I think that we could probably do relatively quickly. All right, so that's that. Put stuff in here. Let's eat. Eat. Giant obsidian. So, magic beans. Maybe you can get through it, and I did this slightly out of order, but I thought that the let's see what there's uses for these. I'm gonna guess not. Maybe you till the ground and that's how you get up typically. But either way, most important thing is we have the lamp. So Lamp of Cinders is very cool. There's that. It's around here somewhere. There it is. So if we pull an axe, and we harvest this stuff, it does nothing. And that is one of the reasons that you need the lamp, because that is super bad, right? So once you have the lamp, you can pretty much do this. And then this stuff just dies. So that enables you to get through into the center, which is another really cool building. I Oh, that was cool. So we need to fight these guys. This doesn't seem familiar to me, but that's fine. Oh, that's cool looking. Oh. I'm not sure exactly what the purpose of these are. Guess we're still going down. Is this the same one? That's up. So it must be the same or similar. And down some more, because why not? Mini boss 2 gives talisman. So none of this may not be completed yet, and that's fine. So I think that we are, for the most part, going to call this finished. So that's basically Twilight Forest. We've done most of the advancements in it. Tears of Fire, Past the Thorns. So yeah, that's pretty much all of Twilight Forest. Why are there zombie pigmen killing my guards? That's weird. Alright, and this is finally done. That's finally done. One of the things that we do not have is a way to input and out and export power. So let's look at one of these buttons. There we go. One of these buttons does the thing. So as this is a battery, this is a generator. And we're talking, it makes super massive amounts of power, like silly amounts of power. But in order to get there, we have to kill the Chaos Guardian, and I'm not really very ready for that yet. So at this point, we need to begin upgrading our crafters again. It's the same process as before. Let's see how many hearts we have left. I might have to go heart. Okay, we probably have enough hearts left. It's the same process as before. We might need to begin upgrading stuff. And what tier power thing is this? Excuse me, sir. So tier 6. Alright, so we're going to begin upgrading our fusion crafters. Mostly because we need to. Just chuck all the things we're not super needing into there. Oh, we don't need that. So let's go ahead and look at this. To upgrade this one to Wyvern, we need to get 4 diamonds, a Wyvern core, 2 draconic cores, and a draconium block. So we want to grab one of these. And we want some diamonds. Diamonds. One, two, three, 4. So I think it's 1 purple, blue, and a thing. So we can actually just grab that really quick. It's completely unnecessary. And then we can look at this recipe. So we're going to need 2 purples, some awakened draconium blocks, and 4 diamonds. So diamonds, draconium blocks, cores, we want the purple cores. We basically are going to need 20, I think. Yeah, basically it's a matter of just waiting for these things to cook. They cook fairly rapidly. Alright. So purples, 4 diamonds, we're going to need basically 40. Two, three, 4, get rid of those. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. So the use for these 4, 5, 6, 7 crafting ingredients. So 1, 2, 3. Chuck that in there. Chuck that in there. So I'm pretty much just going to be repeating this process. I honestly see no reason why I shouldn't be able to do it off camera as well. I mean, you're watching me do it now. It's fairly simple. And I'm going to have to repeat it for everything, so... Oh yeah, diamond. So you're going to get to watch me do this. Then once they're done, it's a matter of popping them back into place. No big deal. So I think that this is a good place to call it as any. You know, like I said, it's pretty much just a matter of grinding through the crafting. And, you know, you've watched me do that once or twice with this. I think at this point you guys know how the basic process works, I hope. If not, you should certainly tell me and we can do something about it. Alright, so let's chuck that there. Chuck that there. So yeah, if you liked it, leave a like. If you don't, don't. Questions, comments, concerns can go below. I probably said this already, but you guys have a great night.